because Brittney Griner now is playing dumb. Brittney Griner says she can't remember what she said in viral clip after fouling out against Fever.
Stop. Just stop right there. Are you absolutely kidding me right now? Brittney Griner, the same woman who can remember every detail of her 10-month nightmare in a Russian prison, who recalls every moment of her triumphant return to basketball, who remembers every slight, every foul, every victory from her 15-year career, suddenly has amnesia about the most explosive 8 seconds in WNBA history.
So Brittney Griner was actually confronted with the video. She was still going to deny everything. Folks, she thinks that you are dumb. Just that simple, man.
This isn't just suspicious. This is an absolute slap in the face to every fan who witnessed what went down. And I'm about to tell you exactly why this memory loss is the most insulting thing to happen in women's basketball since ... Well, since whatever the hell she said. To Caitlin Clark in the first place, picture this nightmare. May 23rd, 2025. Atlanta Dream versus Indiana Fever. The most toxic matchup in the league. You've got Brittney Griner, the supposed veteran leader, the woman who survived Russian imprisonment, the player who should know better than anyone about the power of words and international consequences. Then you've got Caitlin Clark, the golden child, the ratings magnet, the rookie who's making more money for this league in 6 months than some veterans made in their entire careers. The tension was suffocating. You could cut it with a knife. Two worlds colliding old. Guard versus new era. Established star versus instant sensation. And let's be brutally honest here. Black veteran versus white phenom in a league where that dynamic is loaded with decades of painful history. Then Griner fouls out. 6 personal fouls. Game over. She's walking off the court, and what happens next will haunt the WNBA forever. The cameras catch her lips moving. The internet goes nuclear.
Or the ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
Asterisk lip dash reading experts say she called Caitlin Clark trash and a fing white girl. Politicians start making statements. Social media explodes. The culture war machine revs into overdrive. And now she doesn't remember? Are you out of your mind?
I mean, it's pretty easy, man. All you need is just a little bit of the English language to actually understand what she said.
The video gets posted by Riley Gaines. Yeah, that Riley Gaines, the swimmer, who's never met a controversy she didn't want to amplify. Within hours, not days, not weeks, hours, this video has millions of views. Conservative commentators are losing their absolute minds. Progressive voices are scrambling to defend Griner. The WNBA, they're doing what they do best. Absolutely nothing, while their house burns down around them. And Brittney Griner's response: I don't remember, excuse me.
Brittney, a few weeks ago, you fouled out of an Indiana Fever game. Cameras caught you saying something on the bench. It's hard to tell what you said. Can you tell us what you said?
I remember fouling out, being mad. I remember fouling out on, I believe it was Howard, driving to the basket. They said I put my hand in. But hey, never really had to look officiating, so.
But what did you say?
I really can't remember what I said, honestly.
If I showed you the video, would that help?
No, it wouldn't help.
It wouldn't help?
You don't remember the moment that had governors calling for investigations? You don't remember the words that divided basketball fans across America? You don't remember the comments that made Caitlin Clark, the most composed rookie in WNBA history, look visibly shaken? This isn't memory loss. It's cowardice. This is such BS, and everyone knows it. He knows what he said. He didn't. Forget he doesn't want to replay it, because he knows he is lying. Brittney Griner is a coward who just won't own up to what he said. You want to know what's really eating at some of these veteran players? Caitlin Clark walked into this league and did something they've been fighting for their entire careers. She made people care. Sold out arenas. Time television. Corporate sponsors throwing money at women's basketball like it's the NBA. Griner allegedly looked at everything Caitlin Clark represents: the hype, the money, mainstream acceptance, and her response was to call her trash and bring race into it? And now she's claiming amnesia. The disrespect is staggering. This story exploded beyond basketball in ways that should terrify everyone involved. Indiana Governor Mike Brown demanding WNBA investigations. Conservative media treating this like evidence of anti-white racism in sports. Progressive commentators arguing that Griner's being unfairly targeted because of her past. But here's what's absolutely infuriating. While politicians are making statements and pundits are taking sides, the WNBA is sitting there with their thumbs up their asses doing nothing. They've investigated crowd behavior faster than they've addressed this controversy. They've suspended players for less inflammatory comments. But when their biggest veteran star allegedly makes racist comments about their biggest new star, crickets. And now they can't do anything because Griner conveniently doesn't remember what she said. It's the perfect crime. Commit the offense on camera, then claim amnesia when the heat gets too intense. No memory, no accountability, no consequences. The league office must be thrilled. They can avoid making hard decisions because the perpetrator has developed selective memory loss. How convenient for everyone involved. Let's talk about this ridiculous memory defense for a second. Professional athletes remember everything. They remember the exact score when they made their first shot. They remember what the crowd was chanting during crucial moments. They remember trash talk from games that happened years ago. Hell, Brittney Griner can probably tell you exactly what Vladimir Putin's prison guards said to her on any given day during her detention in Russia. She remembers every detail of her wrongful imprisonment, every moment of uncertainty, every fear she faced while being used as a political bargaining chip, but she can't remember what she said to Caitlin Clark 3 weeks ago. In the sport that saved her life, it's during a moment that was captured on multiple cameras and viewed by millions of people. This isn't just implausible, it's insulting. It's insulting to fans who watched it happen. It's insulting to Caitlin Clark, who had to endure whatever was said. And it's insulting to every person who's ever had to face consequences for words. They spoke in anger. Memory doesn't work that way. Trauma doesn't work that way. Accountability definitely doesn't work that way. Now let's be crystal clear here. What Brittney Griner went through in Russia was horrific. 10 months of wrongful detention, being used as a pawn in international politics, facing the possibility of never seeing home again. That kind of trauma changes a person. And anyone who minimizes what she endured is absolutely wrong. But here's what's making us furious. Trauma doesn't give you a free pass to be racist. Suffering doesn't excuse attacking a young woman who's never done anything to you. And having a horrific experience definitely doesn't give you the right to claim amnesia when you get caught saying something inexcusable. If anything, someone who's experienced what Griner has should be more aware of the power of words. She knows what it feels like to be targeted because of who you are. She knows what it's like to be judged unfairly. She knows the pain of having your character assassinated on an international stage. So why would she allegedly do the same thing to Caitlin Clark? And why would she claim not to remember it when confronted with the evidence? The trauma excuse doesn't work here. This is about character, not PTSD. You want to know what's absolutely maddening about Caitlin Clark's response to all this? Her silence. This woman who's been nothing but class since day one refuses to engage with the controversy. She won't demand apologies. She won't fuel the fire. She just keeps playing basketball and breaking records like nothing happened. But that silence is killing everyone involved. Clark's refusal to respond has left everyone else to fill in the blanks. Conservative media is treating her like a victim of racism. Progressive voices are arguing she's being used as a weapon against black players. And Griner gets to hide behind convenient memory loss while Clark takes all the heat for simply existing. Asterisk, you want to know what's absolutely destroying the WNBA's credibility? Their pathetic response to this entire situation? This is a league that prides itself on social justice and equality. They lecture about respect and dignity. They suspend players for arguing with referees. The message this sends is, it's devastating. You can say whatever you want, as long as you claim not to remember. Yet later, racist comments, memories fuzzy, homophobic slurs, can't recall, threatening language, complete blank. This is the precedent the WNBA is setting. It's going to destroy them. Here's what's absolutely maddening about this situation. We have video, multiple angles, high-definition footage. But none of that matters because Brittney Griner says she doesn't remember? Are you kidding me? Evidence is right there. The words are clear. The context is obvious. But we're supposed to just shrug and move on because the person who said them has developed selective amnesia. This is why people are losing faith in institutions. This is why accountability means nothing anymore. Because you can have ironclad evidence of wrongdoing, but if the perpetrator claims not to remember, suddenly nothing matters. The video doesn't lie. The lip readers aren't making it up. It's the millions of people who saw it happen aren't hallucinating. But Brittney Griner's memory is more important than all of that evidence combined. Absolutely not. Every time the dream plays the fever now, it's not about basketball anymore. It's about the words, the incident, the controversy, the memory loss. What should be a celebration of two incredible athletes has become a toxic spectacle that's overshadowing the actual sport. And you know what's tragic about that? Both players are having incredible seasons. Griner is playing solid basketball for Atlanta. Clark continues to revolutionize the point guard position and break attendance records everywhere she goes. WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth and mainstream attention. But none of that matters because we're stuck debating whether someone remembers racist comments they made 3 weeks ago. Instead of celebrating amazing basketball, we're analyzing lip movements and arguing about memory loss. Instead of focusing on athletic achievement, we're trapped in a controversy that has no resolution because one person claims amnesia. Think about the message this sends. Two young athletes watching, two fans who witnessed what happened. To anyone who's ever been the target of discriminatory language, your evidence doesn't matter. Your experience doesn't count. Because if someone claims not to remember, suddenly, nothing they did has consequences. This is dangerous territory we're entering. When memory becomes more important than evidence, when amnesia trumps accountability, when saying I don't remember is enough to escape consequences for behavior that would get anyone else fired, suspended, or worse, the precedent being set here is terrifying. Nobody seems to care because they're too busy protecting a player who might not even deserve protection. Griner's memory loss isn't just insulting to American fans, it's embarrassing on the world stage. It makes us look like we can't handle our own problems. It makes our athletes look like they can't take responsibility for their actions. It gives our enemies ammunition to use against us. This is bigger than basketball. This is about how America handles internal conflicts, and we're failing spectacularly. That's not memory loss. That's strategy. That's a calculated decision to avoid accountability by claiming amnesia. It's the perfect defense. You can't be held responsible for something you don't remember, right? WRONG. When there's video evidence, professional analysis. In millions of witnesses, your memory becomes irrelevant. What matters is what happened, not whether you claim to remember it happening, but we're letting her get away with it. Because it's easier than confronting the ugly truth about what was said and why it was said. If we accept Brittney Griner's memory defense, we're opening Pandora's box for every future controversy in professional sports. Racist comments? Don't. Remember? Homophobic slurs? Memories fuzzy? Threatening language? Complete blank. Every athlete who gets caught saying something inappropriate will suddenly develop convenient amnesia. Every controversial moment will be met with strategic memory loss. Every incident that could result in consequences will be defended with claims of not remembering. 3 weeks later, we're exactly where we started with video evidence that shows what happened and a perpetrator who claims not to remember. The WNBA has learned nothing. Accountability has died. And Caitlin Clark continues to handle this situation with more class than everyone else combined. But here's what nobody wants to admit. This controversy has permanently changed the WNBA. Not because of what was allegedly said, but because of how it's been handled. If you stand for truth, fairness, and real accountability, like share and subscribe.
Ow.
This conversation isn't over. Stay loud.